What's up everyone, my name is Royalerebelle, and in this video I'm sharing my thoughts on DBD's newest game modifier, Lights Out. Lights Out is a limited time event which has opened up a new way to play Dead by Daylight. The basic premise is that maps are darker and foggier, killers no longer have a terror radius, survivors don't leave scratch marks, no player can load in with perks, items, or add-ons. Chests do still spawn around the map, however, the change that was made to chests was removing keys as a potential item, which makes hatch a one-shot use. All of the generators start off with some progress as to not give away what generator survivors are working on to start. Other features were removed such as progress bars, the heartbeat tool, and the survivor HUD only displays when other survivors are in chase. Now first off, I do want to note that since it was first announced, I knew this modifier was not going to be accessible, so if you're a player who struggles with sights or sounds, this probably isn't the game mode for you. And this has been like my primary issue with the modifier because the community has been begging for years at this point for the developers to consider different disabilities and make the game accessible to a wider audience. My second beef with this modifier is that it wasn't even like the player base's first choice for modifiers. Behavior did a Twitter poll, and the two most popular choices for a game modifier was either to do 2 versus 8 or to do a prop hunt modifier, which I think those both sound way more fun. Now, I know some people might say that a prop hunt modifier would take more work for the developers, but considering DBD Mobile had a prop hunt like event going on before we even got an announcement for Lights Out, that's not a great excuse. Now, going into the Lights Out modifier, there's one thing that players have to keep in mind, and that's in order for the game to be balanced with perks, items, add-ons, the imbalanced sides, is that killers at base are going to be stronger than 4 survivors. So keep in mind that survivors are objectively disadvantaged in this game mode because in order to get a good balance in the traditional game mode or like the normal game mode, whatever you want to call it, like the killer has to be stronger than 4 survivors. That's just how it works. Now, if you're a Swift, you might have a slightly easier time, but that's just, that's just natural when you compare Swift to solo. I think the one thing that this game mode does do a good job of is it brings back that original horror and terror that like 2016, 2017 Dead by Daylight had. Like it really did used to feel like a horror game, in part because it was so dark. Like, when you play this game mode as a survivor, you do really have to be on your toes. You have to be much more aware of your surroundings. So, like, again, in terms of creating something, like, more scary, more terrifying, I think this modifier hits that checkbox. But one thing I don't think the developers considered, and which is kind of shocking because this is actually something that the developer cited as, like, their primary reason for not introducing voice chat, is just how toxic the player base can get. Like on Twitter, on TikTok, like every time I've seen someone talk about this Lights Out modifier, which it's only been 2 days, granted 2 out of 7 days, but is that people are just not having a good time. And it's like killers in particular are being toxic. I think that leans a little bit back into the whole like killers are inherently like stronger in this game mode, so like maybe their actions are perceived as more toxic. But like even myself in the past couple days that I've played this modifier, it's predominantly just slugging and tunneling. And let's be honest, that is fun for no one. Like you do those tactics if you just care about winning. And I'll be honest, like winning isn't even a fun part of playing for me because like if everyone's just on the ground and like that's my win, that's boring as fuck to me. Now, you can feel free to disagree, but again, if you're a killer who's diehard about slugging and tunneling, you don't care about a balanced game. Like, you don't care about being fun because you just want to win, and I'm not here to comment on, like, whether that's good or bad. I just think it's boring as fuck to tunnel and slug. And I might say dealing with toxic players would be worth it, but the rewards for this modifier suck. Unlike most events where you unlock a survivor and killer skin for the rewards, this game modifier, you just get charms and banners. Objectively, like, the worst rewards to get. The only saving grace there is about these rewards is that you don't have to play Lights Out to complete their challenges. Like, you can go into normal game mode and you can still complete these challenges. So if you want the banners and charms, go for it. Now, the last thing I'm going to say that really was unfortunate about this game modifier is that it was not available in customs. So like even if you wanted to just play with your friends, like if you wanted to play this modifier a certain way, like if you wanted to impose your own rules, like Customs kind of gives you the ability to do that because you're playing with people and you can converse and agree on a set of rules. But Dead by Daylight did not make Lights Out available in Customs, which I feel like is such a missed opportunity, like on a multitude of levels. You know, I feel like I've already harped on like the toxic player base, but like for content creators and streamers, like it's a really like fun way to just do it with your community and get your community involved, and that's a huge missed opportunity. I wish this felt more thought through. Because I feel like game modifiers could do a lot for Dead by Daylight and keep up with its longevity, but I don't feel like the developers put a lot of forethought into this, which is so disappointing because like, especially because we have DBD Mobile to kind of compare to. Like DBD Mobile gets so much stuff. Like they've got emotes, they've gotten modifiers, they get cooler skins than what we do. Like it's so easy to feel shortchanged as like a PC console player. But what do you guys think? Have you guys had a chance to check out the new Lights Out modifier? If you have, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more Dead by Daylight content. And if you want to check out my Twitch streams, don't forget to follow me there so you can be notified of when I go live.